So what if I told you that you could take a business from just a random idea in your head to your very first paying customer in a single weekend? Seriously. Not in 6 months, not after writing some massive 100-page business plan, but in the next 48 hours. All right, let's get right into this simple, incredibly powerful method for making that happen.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You've got a dozen great ideas buzzing around, but the fear of failure, the endless planning, that feeling of, oh my gosh, where do I even start? It just freezes you. But what if the secret wasn't to plan more, but to act way, way faster?
Okay, here's our game plan. First, we're going to hunt down a killer idea. Then, we'll do some super quick math to see if it can actually make real money. After that, we hit the most important step of all, getting paid. And finally, we'll wrap up with the mindsets you absolutely need to keep this thing rolling.
First things first, we need an idea. And listen, you don't need some bolt of lightning from the heavens. The best ideas? They're usually hiding in plain sight. You just have to know where to look.
So here are 3 awesome hunting grounds for your next idea. Number 1, what problem in your own life just drives you crazy? Fix that. Number 2, what's already selling like hotcakes out there? And number 3, where are people already gathered online spending money? That's where you'll find some serious inspiration.
Now, this idea of complementing a bestseller is so smart. It's like riding a giant wave someone else already created. You don't have to invent the next Nike, right? Instead, you could create a business that adds something cool to it. Think about it. Custom designs for popular sneakers, or maybe expert training webinars for people who just bought a new MacBook. You're tapping into a massive, proven market from day one.
Okay, after a little brainstorming, you should have a list of at least 10 ideas. Now here's the key. Do not overthink it. The goal here is speed, not perfection. Just trust your gut. Pick the one that gets you the most excited, the one that kind of screams, "Pick me," and just commit to it for this 48-hour test. We have to move on.
All right, you've got your idea. Awesome. Before we do anything else, let's do some really simple back-of-the-napkin math to see if this thing has the potential to be a real business or, just a small hobby. I promise, this will take less than 5 minutes.
This is it. This is the only formula you need for now. It's just a rough guess of how many people could possibly buy your thing, multiplied by how much you're going to charge. This gives you the absolute maximum your idea could ever make. Think of it as its total potential.
So let's run through a quick example. Let's say your big idea is to sell amazing homemade cookies in your small town. You figure, okay, there are maybe 1,000 people here who might buy them, and I'll sell a cookie for 200 rubles. What's the total potential here? The math works out to 200,000 rubles. Now look, that's not bad at all. That's a great little side income. But it's not $1 million idea, is it? And that's okay. This simple little calculation just saved you months of chasing a business that couldn't hit your financial goals.
And that's the power of this quick check. It helps you see if you're fishing in a tiny pond when maybe, just maybe, you want to go find a bigger ocean.
Now, let's talk about the fun part, profit. Business is actually super simple. It's just your sales minus your costs, and that equals your profit. So if you're selling some awesome beard oil for 1,000 rubles and it only costs you 250 to make it, you pocket 750 rubles every single time you make a sale. Knowing that number is everything.
All right, we've made it to the most important, the most crucial, the most terrifying and exciting step of the entire weekend. This is where your idea stops being a dream and becomes a real business. It is time to get paid.
Please, burn this into your brain. This is the core lesson. People telling you, oh, that's a great idea, or yeah, I would totally buy that, means absolutely nothing. Zero. The only thing that truly validates a business idea is a customer pulling out their credit card and giving you their hard-earned money. That's it.
So, how do you actually do this? Check out this example. This guy named Boris had an idea for a healthy meal service. He didn't build a fancy website or design a logo. Nope, he just sent a super simple, direct email to his friends. He told them the price, gave him a delivery date, and asked for the money.
And guess what happened? Five people paid him. Instantly. He didn't have a kitchen yet, he didn't have a delivery van, but you know what he did have? 5 paying customers. He had a real, validated business.
But what happens when people say no? Fantastic! A no is just data. It's gold. You just need to ask these 4 questions. Hey, why not? Do you know anyone who would buy this? What would it take to get you to buy it right now? And what do you think it's actually worth?
A rejection, my friend, can give you way more valuable information than a sale.
Okay, so you've run your 48-hour test. You either have some cash in the bank or a notebook full of amazing feedback. Now, let's talk about the mindsets you need to keep this rocket ship going beyond just one weekend.
You have to be ready to pivot. I mean, look at Instagram. It started as this super complicated check-in app called Bourbon, but the founders noticed something. People didn't care about most of it, but they loved the photo filters. So what they do? They threw everything else away and focused only on that. And, well, that turned out to be a billion-dollar decision.
And this isn't just for tech startups. Get this, Nintendo didn't start with video games. For decades, they made handmade playing cards. Successful businesses are not afraid to completely change direction based on what the market is telling them.
To keep that fire going, you got to focus on these mindsets. Set a clear monthly income goal and a hard deadline. Learn to actually love rejection. Make it a game. Most importantly, stop planning and start doing. And when you get those first few customers, treat them like absolute gold. They will become your best salespeople. Guaranteed.
So let's just take a breath and recap. In just 48 hours, you can go from being a dreamer to being a doer. You've found an idea, you've done the quick math on it, and you've faced the ultimate test of asking for the sale. This isn't just theory in a book anymore. You have now done more than 99% of aspiring entrepreneurs out there. You now have the entire playbook. You've got the steps, you've got the formulas, and you've got the mindset. The only thing left to do is act. So the question isn't whether this is possible. The only question left is, what idea are you going to test this weekend?